Go back and start again.
You should. Welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. And as we do it every time this week, we're going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played. But firstly, gentlemen, how are you tonight?
Fantastic.
Why are you fantastic?
We're roaring up the ladder of the mighty Sea Eagles. It's awesome.
Yeah, to buy like South.
What have you been saying? I don't
I know.
Hey, wait.
Oh!
Tom's back. Tom, look. Are you going to go good, Tom? Shake your head, yes, Tom.
Yeah, I'm worried about his neck, though. He could hit a neck injury very quickly.
Sorry. Continue on.
I sit with children.
You can do it. Go, Tom. And Tom is very upset by the hurtful things that Steve on our Facebook page, not you, Steve, the other Steve, and Janelle have said about him. He's very upset.
What have they said?
Oh, he won't last 2 weeks.
They probably won't.
Oh,
I think the other Steve's
Tom.
saying that
It's
too.
okay, Tom.
Yeah. And
All good.
You're going to put your house on the fact you will?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
But I don't wish it upon him.
No, neither do we. Tom, you well?
Yeah, yes, and football-wise, very happy at the moment.
Well, what was your highlight for the weekend?
Ooh, good call.
My,
You had none?
yeah,
So you didn't even watch a game, did you?
I did. I watched a few games. Saturday didn't see a lot because my wife and I had a date night, so it was good.
Date night. You have a date night watching the footy. That's what it's about.
This is a football show, not a dating show. Okay?
But we can give dating advice. Go on a date with your wife. Go to the football, or watch Foxtel for three.
Or do
three
what I
games.
do now and take my wife to the football on a date.
That's what I do too. I've done that. It worked well.
It works
Well,
very well.
my wife has offered to go to the Dragons game this Sunday, so
Go. You should.
Yeah. Brennan and Leanne are going, so yeah, we're probably
No,
going to
you can't say his name because he doesn't watch the show.
Yeah,
No, he's slack. He's slack.
Yeah. Okay, you're slack, Brennan. You're not going to hear this, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. Highlight?
I'm waiting.
I
for
thought
one
you were
of
asking Tom.
Look,
Well, he doesn't seem to have one.
No.
so-
I got two
Well,
highlights.
well, he can have one of yours. Okay.
All right. KO Weeks absolutely burning the Melbourne fullback.
Ex-Manly player.
Yes.
Yeah,
Silverfalunga.
massive talent,
Yeah.
that kid.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. I'm glad Ricky's shown a bit of faith in him. Like that was sensational. He just took it up and burned him on the outside.
did.
That was
He burned
amazing. I mean, it was
And
quick.
everyone
but
was saying how fast Falungo is.
I know.
And yet...
Maybe it's more about his footwork than his speed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
may I just say, for those people out there, Janelle, Steve, that think I hate Parramatta, the Bryce Cartwright pass to Junior Paulo, they were my two highlights of the week.
It was good.
Wow.
There you go, a Parramatta highlight.
And
It was
What?
good.
that was
It
it.
was good.
Well, yeah, I said two. You said ask me for my highlight. I gave
You
you
know,
two.
I
One for
just
Tom
thought
and
you
one
were
for
going to
me.
say more about that, though.
No, I don't want to say anything about that. It was brilliant. It was just unstoppable.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, we have some news. We have a sponsor. I can't say too much about it now, so I'm not going to give too much away. But we have... Oh, hang on, it's stuck. So coming up in the next few weeks, there's going to be a business called Break Free Organics who are going to... What are you looking at, Tom?
I'm trying to read
Oh,
it.
you're trying to read
At
it.
the
Well,
front.
if I do that for you, then I can't hold it for everyone else. They're going to sponsor us to the end of the year. But they're not open yet, so don't do anything yet.
Hemp products.
Yes.
Are you going to have to do it? You're going to have to do a dolphins.
We
and
are going to
put
be
it- and put
stoned on the show.
and
Are we-
put some tape over that eventually.
No.
Are we
not
going to get a pay rise? We're going to get double.
You're going to get double.
Sounds
Fantastic.
You-
like you're going to get samples, I think.
You will get an extra 0 on your zeros.
That sounds excellent.
So, not open yet, but yes, we do have one. So, I'll let you know when it's all opened. Okay, enough of that. Gentlemen, let's talk about the round of NRL we just had, which was round 17.
Are we not going to talk about State of Origin?
Oh, do you want to talk State of Origin?
Not really.
It's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
good.
All right. What do you want to say about State of Origin? Let's do a quick 5 minutes. I'm timing you.
5 minutes on State of Origin. Fantastic win by the Blues.
was.
How good is that? I love it when the Blues win. Queensland suck it, and now they've been investigated for an illegal interchange because they're a bunch of cheats. Reuben Cotter. Oh, sorry?
I was going to say, what was the catalyst for New South Wales winning?
I think the forwards actually played.
The aggression in the forwards.
The aggression,
I would pick,
aggression in the forwards absolutely killed them. And when you've got... So, for me personally, I thought the best two players on the field, and this is going to be hurtful to some people out there, were Angus Crichton and Payne Haas.
Really?
I thought they were absolutely
I'm
enormous.
not surprised it's going to be hurtful to some people out there because he's wrong.
And when the interchange guys came on, so when Yo came on for Jake, he was exceptional.
Yeah.
When Spencer Lenu come on, he just tore them apart.
Yep.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more game time for Hamoli, but you know that's just me. I think he's a wrecking ball.
Yep.
And I think that just gave the halves and the backs opportunity to work with. So and I'll be honest, I think Mitch Moses
Mitch Moses
was not far behind them. There you go.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, your forwards win your games. They destroyed it. They dominated Queensland.
Yes.
And
dominated them like we haven't seen for some time.
Well, a long time, yeah.
We've all been calling for more aggression in the forwards. We've got nice forwards like Cameron Murray is a nice forward.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really show that aggression like Liam Martin does.
That's right. Liam Martin was huge too, yeah.
But yes,
Cameron Murray was.
He was. And he doesn't need to, in that team, he doesn't need to be. You don't need everyone bashing everyone else.
No.
Tom, what did you think of the game?
Oh, it was excellent to watch it and see so many points being scored and see Queensland so dominated. That was really good. I thought Latrell had an exceptional game. Again, off the back of what was happening before, but he was in the right place. He showed real aggression.
Yep.
Good on him. And Zach Lomax, he had a blinder. Kicked brilliantly.
To be honest, I don't think you could say there was not one New South Wales player who had a bad game.
No.
There were a couple who had quieter games.
Who?
I think Edwards was pretty quiet.
Really?
Yeah, and I think
I just didn't think he had to do that much given the
I think
there's not a lot of possession.
And I think Toho probably had his quietest game of Origin ever.
Scored 2 tries.
Yeah, but he didn't he makes meters. He makes 200 or 300 meters,
well.
and
Yeah,
everybody's got a try. Try for you. Everybody's got a try. So yeah. And I thought Luai was very quiet, but he only did what he needed to do.
Yep.
So you can't go, do what you need to do.
It was kind of disappointing that in the second half that they allowed the Queensland to get those 3 tries.
Oh, come on, the weight of possession in the second half. Obviously,
it was a square up.
I wasn't going to say that.
It's a square up.
The weight of possession in the second half and the ridiculous binning for that.
Well,
technically
that wasn't what it was, but
it was. Yes. He hit him so hard he dropped the ball and then went, "Good one, son," and then got binned.
Well, because Klein had painted himself into a corner.
Yeah, that's right.
He'd said any more of this, and this is what's going to happen. It happened with Melbourne Storm and Jared and Asafa Solomano one time. They were sort of niggling each other, and then Jared grabbed him around the around the chest and held him too long, and he got binned for something innocuous. But it was again the ref had painted himself
backed themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there was a couple of issues through the game. Liam Martin dropping someone on his shoulder.
Yep. There's been inconsistency with that kind of stuff.
Yes, because Brian and I argued about something over the weekend where Brian said it should have been a binny, or it should have been. I said it wasn't because it was just over the horizontal, and yet people are complaining that Liam Martin should have been binned and wasn't. So, and a few coaches this week have come out and said it's a lottery, and it is.
It is.
It's absolute lottery. But there are a few incidents in those games, I think, where someone took Cherry Evans off the ball, which I'm surprised New South Wales didn't get penalised about.
Should have been a penalty, yeah.
So we were getting the 50-50s in the first half.
Yeah. The other question about this game was, how did Klein get this game when everybody raved at Adam G for the grand final? What a brilliant job he did.
Yep.
I don't think he's done too much wrong this season.
Absolutely not.
Why didn't he get a go? Because I think Klein's been his usual erratic self the whole season.
100%.
Somebody loves him. I don't know. And
he's considered the number one ref.
So there you go. So that was my quick 5-minute state of origin takeaway.
So New South Wales, Queensland decider in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep. Suncorp.
New South Wales plays the same way. We will win again. 100%.
You can see that Queensland will be in panic mode. They look at maybe bringing back Fafita, bringing Gagai, and filling some of those gaps of where they were poor. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, because Queensland's sticking
You don't make
policy.
you don't make changes to New South Wales bar injuries over the next couple of weeks.
No, I think the only change I'd probably look at, like, I still don't understand why Appy isn't there.
Well, neither do I.
Connor Watson had a blinder when he came off the bench.
Yeah.
I think Reece Robertson was solid, but he doesn't do much. He's not creative.
Yeah.
No, he's not the creative. No, Appy is, but you couldn't take him out. You couldn't say to Reece Robinson, "Sorry, you're out."
Yeah. Hello, non-creative person where we scored 30 points. You're out.
Right.
I know. Yeah, you can't.
He
do
didn't
it.
score them though.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Queensland will have to make some changes. All right, let's move on.
Of course they will.
Accor Stadium for round 17. Accor Stadium. Canterbury Bulldogs 15. Sharks 14.
Sharks had chances to win this game.
Well, I think this was telling, and I really like Nicko Hynes, but I think this is telling why he isn't going to make it in State of Origin because he can't handle the pressure.
And look, you've got to be careful, don't you? Because, I mean, he's like all players, the pressure weighs on them. And,
of course it does.
And you know, he's been bagged a bit. And but I think the reality is the reason why he was replaced was because he couldn't get the job done. And unfortunately, in the last 2 weeks, he's missed opportunities to turn games. You know, that field goal was dead in front.
Yeah, hang on. You got to say I'm not defending Nicko. He hasn't been the same since Freddie dropped him after that State of Origin game where he played him like on the wing for 7 minutes and they got destroyed.
That was wrong. Yeah.
Like that destroyed him somehow. He needs to have a chat to Ben Hunt, who just, I don't know how Ben Hunt does it. Like some of his clangers have been grand final losers, and he just keeps going.
Yeah.
But Matt Burton missed 2, including a sitter.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just Nicko. And last week, he missed a goal, and everyone's going, "Oh, there's your pressure kicker."
Well, that was a tough kick.
Oh,
that was a tough kick.
Yeah, but he's still getting bagged for that. Like, you can't take a couple of goals. The dogs. Yeah, but your halfback, you can't win a game if your forwards aren't going forward.
No,
the only time the Sharks looked good was when their forwards were rolling.
But he had the opportunity to win that game, and as the organiser, he knew he should know where to stand and how to hit that ball. Dead in front, 15 minutes.
And so should have Burton the shot before that.
Burton's were long range kicks.
Burton's were long range, and the difference is we're not trying to get Burton into State of Origin.
Well, I am. I think he should have been there from the beginning.
Yeah, okay, but my point is Hynes has been in State of Origin, hasn't been successful, and fell over at this hurdle as well. If he was too close, he should be a good enough player to say, well, I maybe need to be back. Instead of 15, I need to be back 17.
No. So poor old Sharks, they score 3 tries to 2, and Nicko gets blamed. Well done. Let's move on.
I think I said on the chat group the other day that I think the Dogs are missing an impact forward and a decent half.
Poor Nicko. Yes, he guided his team to 3 tries, and they still lost. He must be a terrible player.
No, I
think you're missing the point.
I'm not missing the point.
He's deliberately missing the point.
Yes, I know. Because he's going to be a troublemaker tonight.
I'm not going to be a troublemaker.
Warriors 32, Broncos 16.
Salient point here, no Sean Johnson.
No. Salient point is another Queensland team lost. How happy is that?
Tell me, did Broncos make a fatal error by not playing the State of Origin players?
Yeah.
Because most of them backed up for their clubs. I think a few penalties.
But I think he dropped them all, and I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And I think he needed to. I think Carrigan probably would have played.
Well, it was interesting. There was an article in the paper yesterday sometime, when they were saying, it used to be a badge of honour to play State of Origin and then turn up for your club.
Yep.
Now it's play State of Origin and everyone take a risk.
Well, let's look at it this way. Stephen Crichton. So you know what I heard about Stephen Crichton? So he played on the Friday after the Wednesday State of Origin game. Yeah. He was in an ice bath at 6 o'clock on game day to get his hammies right.
Yeah.
To try and play that game. They were saying on the radio when he moved away from the playing group, he was limping and could hardly walk. He backed up and played.
Yeah.
He's embraced that leadership role, hasn't he?
He's
Brilliantly.
he's unbelievable. And here you've got the Broncos with Reece Walsh, Payne Haas, Pat Carrigan, like 3 of the biggest names in their team, couldn't back up a couple of days later. Well, I understand it's in New Zealand, but
Reece Walsh barely touched the ball as well in State of Origin. So
yep, and now they've got Katoni Staggs injured. So the Broncos are in a world of hurt.
But
yes,
that doesn't.
No,
you don't seem to mind that though.
No, I don't mind at all. And a 98-point turnaround for the Warriors. Crikey!
Yeah.
What do you say about that, Steve?
Well,
Tom's point.
And I'm quite happy that they won. I'm not because of.
But it is a worrying statistic that Sean Johnson. You're not going to feel good if you're Sean Johnson, knowing that he has 2 or 3 weeks out. They play like they played last year. He comes back, they play terribly. He goes off again, and they're back to form.
Yep. One can only hope he should have took that contract at the Roosters, eh?
He should take it at the Roosters. That's right.
Yeah, offer it to him again.
McDonald Jones Stadium, where Newcastle Knights 34 beat Parramatta 26. Parramatta were ripped off.
Knights were ripped off.
No, not as much as Parramatta.
I reckon there were probably 9 tries disallowed in this game.
It was.
I didn't.
But some of them were.
What I saw, didn't think that the Eels played that badly.
No,
they didn't play that badly.
They didn't. But there you go. Talk to me now. Talk to me now about how Mitch Moses didn't ice that for Parramatta.
Well, it's not like he had a choice that. But you're talking about one kick in front.
They scored
shouldn't have been
runaway tries from Bradman Bears.
And Parramatta had 2 disallowed tries that were tries.
Talk to me about how he didn't ice that game. Because you just bagged Nicko because he didn't ice it. Mitch Moses didn't take the Eels home either.
He scored 2 tries in the game.
Hang on. 72nd and 78th minute. Where was the game management from your mighty Mitchell Moses? It wasn't there. You bag one bloke, but you don't bag the next one. What? You two are hypocrites.
He's got an agenda.
Hypocrites.
Brian, I have a question for you.
I
have a question for you.
What?
How do you make an idiot say how?
You would know.
Say it. Seriously, you cannot compare the two.
I can. Because...
He's got an agenda.
No. Because take 12 points off the Knights. All right? For the Bradman best tries.
Okay.
Why did Mitch Moses not ice that game?
Because Mitch Moses was 8 points behind. He couldn't have iced the game with one field goal.
No. At 75 minutes, when Junior Paulo scored, they were 2 points behind.
Yeah.
Where's your game management? 5 minute to go. Where's your game management?
But you can't anticipate.
No. Hang on.
You're comparing a team with one player.
Well, so are you.
No,
I'm saying Nicko couldn't do his job because the Cronulla forwards weren't going. You're saying 5 minutes to go and Mitch Moses could not ice that game for them. I know you're not saying that. You're saying he's great. You guys got no idea. Sorry?
Nothing. I was talking to the viewers. Up to you.
Parramatta were ripped off at least 2 tries.
So were the Knights.
Their first disallowed try, where they said it didn't touch the line, it touched the line. I saw it touch the line, and I don't know why nobody else saw it touch the line. But I want to go to the try that was disallowed, where he rolled it over the line.
Yeah, he did roll it over the line.
Which has been allowed before, by the way.
I'll just say, I don't know whether it touched the line or not. You might have seen it. I didn't see it.
The first one, I did. 100%. I saw
it. It's a Lungy try.
No. This is the first one where it was on his... And you could see... They said they couldn't see the ball. I don't know why they didn't look closer, because you could see the ball.
Nah, I disagree.
Anyway,
but the second one...
Who was in the bunker?
No.
I know somebody who needed your glasses.
So, second one, where he rolls the ball over the line. The argument is, from the NRL, that if the ground wasn't there, it would have been a knock-on.
That's a crazy argument,
isn't that the case with every try? If the ground isn't there, you would have dropped the ball.
Well, Zach Lomax scored one against Manly last week or the week before. Exactly the same. You rolled the ball. And I'm going, that can't be a try. He doesn't have any control. Try. Why wasn't that a try?
Which would have made it 6, which then Moses could have iced the game.
Anyway. There you go.
It was an interesting game because it did keep going back and you never knew who was going to win.
It was a shocker, wasn't it? There's so many disallowed tries.
It wasn't as bad as the South Manly one last week, but it was close.
I liked it. I liked it as a game, but yeah.
Amy Park, Melbourne 16, Raiders 6, and you think the
bludger.
Broncos are in a
How
war
are the
of hurt.
Storm in first position
Because they keep winning.
when they put up scores like this and they're not convincing.
No, they didn't have to be.
It was 41 minutes. It was 6 all, and I thought, geez, the Raiders are in this game. You know, they were defending for their life. I mean, they didn't allow Melbourne to score for 36 minutes, and then they came out in second half, and I don't know, it all seemed to fall away. But I mean, they were a much better team in the second half. Like that's a 20-point. They were a 20-point better team in the second half, and yet they still didn't nail it.
Yeah,
you know. So, I mean, I'm surprised the Storm are where they are, considering the quality of football they've played this year. Because I don't know they've played that well, honestly.
Yeah, but they win.
They find ways to win. Yeah. And you know they've been lucky. I mean, that Coates miracle try. There's been a few of them where they've pulled it out of the fire in the last minute.
But in saying that, talking about Coates, so they haven't had Coates. He's got another hamstring injury. They haven't had Munster. They haven't had Jerome Hughes for a chunk of the season. They haven't had Pappenhausen.
Yep.
So they had the continuity.
Like you take, if you were to take your fullback, your 5'8", your try scoring winger, and then sometimes your halfback out of a team, you lose.
Yeah.
The Storm.
They haven't got a star-studded.
The Storm just battle on. I hate them.
Yeah. Thank you. I wasn't going to say that. But
no, it's all right. I hate them.
It's all right, Sally. They really don't. You should hear them talk about the Storm
we
after
really hate them.
Go off air.
But mind you, you can tell. You know what? You don't even have to watch a game nowadays if the Raiders are playing. You just need to listen to the press conference. Tom has said it here before. Ricky Stewart is the biggest whinger. He just moans every time his team loses.
But sometimes he has an argument.
Yeah, but sometimes he doesn't. He never cops it gracefully.
Yeah.
The Raiders were terrible. The Raiders were lying all over Melbourne, which is saying something. And yet,
I've got to say that was. Thank you for bringing that up. There was an incident there which is typical of Melbourne, where the guy's tackled. And the defender gets up, and the Melbourne player keeps pushing and pushing and pushing against him, as if to say, "You're holding me down," and he gets a 6 again. He gets a penalty. Yeah, it just drives me.
But
bonkers.
And sometimes they'll be told stop and go back, and other times it'll be a 6 again. Yeah. There's a lot of 6 agains happening at the moment that don't seem to make a lot of sense.
Do you remember back in the old days, Steve? Though, if the ref called held and you passed it was a penalty.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't they do that anymore?
Well, that happened to...
Because the argument is you can't hear the ref half the time.
All you need to do is just keep playing the ball, and the ref will go... Ooh, and you'll get a million offloads, I reckon.
Well, Jareen Buller went down, his arm was on the ground, then he decided to throw the ball. So he got penalised for it.
But here's the problem. We're getting so many more 6 agains. We used to argue when there used to be, a penalty count of 12-10 and that sort of thing. Yep. If you were to turn all the games now and add penalties and 6 against together, you'd be looking at 20 penalties a game.
Yeah, but clubs now give away 6 again deliberately to get their line set.
Yes. Yeah. Which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
So it's not. I don't know whether it's a valid comparison. I take your point, but I don't know whether it's valid.
Yeah, but sometimes, and I guess my issue is a 6 against sometimes. You'd have no reason understanding why.
Yeah,
they're just blown, and you've got no understanding, and it's just like I'm going to give it. Okay, I'm not going to give it for that one. I'm going to give it.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't mind. I think there's a lot of. I think it's more consistent.
I think it works against some teams, and honestly, I think the bigger teams get more 6 agains than the lower teams.
Yeah, let's talk about that in a couple of games coming up.
Okay, well, let's go to St George Illawarra 26. Dolphins 6.
Again, first score was 38 minutes, and the Dragons scored on the other side of half time, and then went on with it.
What do you want to say about that game, Steve? I don't know.
Is Wayne Bennett losing influence at the Dolphins?
Nah, one loss.
It's not one loss.
A few.
Yeah, but you take
4 out of the last 5.
You would take their ladder position.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Well, it's falling.
Yeah, but they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they
No,
were...
the reason I bring it up is because Buzz Rothfield is constantly arguing about Wayne Bennett's coaching 2 teams, all that stuff, which is a load of rubbish. But I just wanted to take it to that point.
Yep.
Is that what's happened?
I'm absolutely convinced of that.
I
don't think it's right.
I don't think so. The Dolphins overachieved earlier in the year. You look at their roster and the players that they have unavailable, and you go, they're overachieving. Yeah. I think, mind you, I think the Dragons are overachieving as well. But I thought that was a fair game. I thought the Dragons' edge defense and their forwards, Raymond Fatela-Mariner and
Francis Molo.
Yeah, Francis Molo,
Sewer.
Luciano on the bench. Not Tio, the forward Sewer.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're going great. Yeah. They're running great angles, and their defence is exceptional.
Yeah, Sewer is actually playing very, very well.
So Flanagan's certainly
So when the Dolphins come up against them and they're missing players, what do you expect? Like, I think that was a pretty fair indication of the game. I know all the tries came late for the Dragons, but...
So, Tom, why do you think that's wrong about Wayne Bennett?
Well,
that it's rubbish.
Well, there's been a few reports. I can't specifically think of the ones now, but there are a couple of reports where there have been directives that are apparently directives that have come from Wayne for players to move position.
In South.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't remember the specifics.
Keon Kalamatangi?
Yeah, to go to the middle.
Apparently that was Wayne's idea. Sorry, it's Wayne's idea. He's not coaching. Wayne's idea. Wayne's idea to hire Jamie Humphries.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, but I'm saying he's not coaching. He's just making suggestions. And
just
you know what? Wayne is a good enough operator that you could easily ring him up and he could distance himself from one thing he's doing with the Dolphins and answer this question over here and go back to it. Trust me.
Did he tell Jai Arrow to go and have surgery?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but he's going to have it after this game, which is sad. But yeah, anyway, I think it's rubbish. But anyway, all right, let's go on to...
Yeah, but you can't have... You either love Wayne or you hate him. I don't think there's much in between.
No, there's not.
I'm on the other side.
There you go. I don't think he's as great as everybody says, but that's just me.
Why?
Okay, continue on.
Who else is better?
It's spectacular. It's spectacular roster with no salary cap in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but what do you have at St George? And what do you have at South? He didn't have that at St George and South.
St George
he
had
had salary
win a
cap.
premiership.
Yes. St George, Steve, you or I could have coached St George to a premiership.
Yeah.
Like, he stepped in. How did he go at Newcastle when he actually had to build a team?
Okay, so he didn't go
well.
Yeah.
So,
but no other coach has done it at multiples that you're saying, except for someone like
Jack Gibson
and Sheens, who are up there with some of the greatest. But there's no one else going around at the moment.
I'm not saying that, but he's because he's Wayne Bennett. He's walking into brilliant rosters.
Yeah.
Like, we all know Souths are underachieving this year. He's going to walk in next year. There's a few little tweaks. So he got rid of old legs in Damien Cook.
Yeah.
He's going to bring in some hard head forwards like Jack DeBellin.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to go all right. And you know what you're going to say?
Thank you,
Wayne the saviour. Like, mate, you know what? Any coach could have done that. He's picking his mark, which makes him very smart.
Not any coach, because JD didn't.
Let's go. Really smart, just for small moments now and again.
North Queensland 16, Penrith Panthers 6. Penrith didn't seem actually to be in this game.
They didn't. Well, they were playing a second grade roster.
Can I just say, no.
But so were the Cowboys. They had 4 or 5 players out.
More. Yeah. 6 or 7 out. And let's face it, this is you made the point about 6 agains and penalties. What was it? 28 tackles on the line in a row for Penrith.
Yes, I remember.
And they couldn't get over the line.
They finally did. But
like, you can't help a team more into the game than that, can you?
And again, I think that was one of them. I thought, what are all these 6 agains for? Why do they keep calling?
And how come there was no sin bin?
Yeah, that's right.
9 penalties, 2 ruck infringements, 3 inside the 10. How could you? They couldn't have done anything more to manage Penrith back into the game.
The Cowboys had 2 sin bins.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
There was nothing that the ref could have done more, and I don't know who the ref was, so I'm not casting any aspersions. I don't like to know the refs. to get Penrith into the game.
Panthers fans have been a little quiet this week on our social media. Bradley?
More than that. Panthers fans now blowing up. Oh, what a stupid time to play a game. State of Origin. Well, like Steve and I were saying that 2 weeks ago when the worst game of football in living memory was played.
That's right, exactly. And one of us lost that one too.
Yeah, one of us did lose that one.
But look, North Queensland, although they were missing quite a few players, they look good.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to that one?
No.
I'm going to sneeze.
Can you go that way?
Oh, please don't. Oh, bless you,
It's
Tom.
chlorine. It's not. I'm not sick.
Okay.
Chlorine. I
I
felt no
went to
cruel.
swim this morning.
All right. Can I just say, Steve, the next game?
Yes.
The next game played at Allianz Stadium.
Yes.
I turned it off at half time because I was bored. So I'll have to let Tom give the report.
40-6, Sydney Roosters over the West Tigers, and Tom, go for it.
It was a solid performance. I think the Roosters are building. I think they've still got a lot to learn. Still ill-disciplined, and yet they still managed to put points on. Look, I'm with Trent. I'm not convinced that either of those sin bins probably deserve to be sin bins. He actually said in the press conference, he said, look, I would rather have seen 13 on 13 in that game. He said, look, I'm not absolutely convinced about the sin bins. And it was a shame too, for a team that's struggling so much. I mean, it was embarrassing in a sense to the Roosters to have, 11 players to play against. And granted, we scored, I think, one try when they were down to 11.
Yep.
So it wasn't like, I think we might have scored two.
No, one.
But we didn't run away with it in that time too. So I think we're still work in progress. I mean, that's a big score, no doubt. And the Tigers were probably hoping for much more, given the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I wasn't in raptures about the performance.
Okay. We talked about the sin bins earlier.
Yep.
Are there too many? Are we just getting to the point? I mean, coaches are coming out now saying
That was only
too
just
many.
above the horizontal, honestly.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And I think there are. I think we're getting to the point where now almost everything is a sin bin.
Yep.
And I think it's getting silly. And Wayne Bennett and a few other coaches have come out this week and said it's getting silly, and Trent said it as well.
Yeah, I think Dewey's one. Look, he did land on his ankle. There's no doubt about that.
And Brian and I argued about that, but it wasn't a hip drop.
But the action wasn't typical hip drop. You're right.
No.
On I don't know, Dewey, man, he's been back 2 weeks, and he's been absolutely killing it. He's been really creative. He's been really tough, and a credit to him. I thought Appy had a very, very quiet game. I kept waiting, thinking, when's Appy going to, take on the line? When is he going to sort of do a sneaky dart? He didn't.
You can't do that if your forwards aren't playing.
Yeah.
And the Roosters belted them into submission.
So Roosters forwards were exceptional.
They were. So here's something else we were talking about earlier. So you've got Stefano looking for an exit from the Tigers on $800,000 a year, which is being offered from others, and you've got Angus Crichton just re-signed with the Roosters for $800,000 a year.
Beauty.
Plus the brown paper bags.
Tell me which one you'd prefer, because they're not equal.
It's a no-brainer, absolutely. I think at the moment, it's a no-brainer. Crichton's experience every day, I think.
100%.
I tend to agree.
Yeah. So Stefano is going to be a good player. He's not worth the 800, but he's going to hang out and get the money.
You'd be paying him on potential, I reckon.
That's a lot of money to pay for potential.
And I've got to say, this is not a dig at Dylan Edwards, because Dylan Edwards has earned his spot in the New South Wales team, but Teddy was absolutely scintillating. He was exceptional.
Yeah, but you won't get Edwards now out of
no, and I'm really happy because with Teddy in the Roosters team, that's only bodes well for us.
Right.
He was in exceptional form. That tap on, 2-post try,
yes, it was good,
brilliant. Yeah.
Gold Coast Titans, Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, and Sydney Rabbitohs had buys. Who's going to do the ladder?
I thought that was the last game. He goes Gold Coast Titans. I'm going, oh no, what? Did I miss a game?
Who's done the ladder?
Me. Okay. Out on their own, the Storm on 28 points. Panthers and Sharks, second and third on 24 points. The Roosters on their own on 22 points make up your four. We've got 4 teams, Bulldogs, Dolphins, Cowboys and Dragons on 20. That's your 8. The Seagulls on 19 on their own. The Broncos, Knights, Raiders down to 12 on 18 points. You've got the Warriors on 17 on their own. You've got the Rabbitohs also on their own on 16 points. Titans 14 points. And the Eels and the Tigers make up the bottom. The Eels have managed to get off the bottom because the Tigers got a bit of a hammering.
And how good is it to see the Dragons in the 8?
Would have been better if Parramatta was still on the spoon.
We play the Dragons this week, so I don't care.
All right. Gentlemen, Thursday night. Starts off round 18. There are 10 weeks to go.
Yeah, it's always sad, isn't it?
It is. Okay, Combank Stadium, Parramatta Eels and the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
I cannot believe the Bunnies have put Latrell back to fullback and dropped Jai Gray.
Neither can I, but I'm living with it.
And on that note, I'm picking the Eels.
No, yeah.
So you're going to pick the team that's come and equal last?
Yep. Because
of Latrell.
They earned that spot because they were missing their best players for a considerable time.
See, I'm looking at Cam Murray, Jai Arrow, and Keon Kolomatangi and going, I'm going to go the Rabbitohs.
Fair enough. Well, that must be hurting coming out of your mouth. It must be bitter.
Well, either way it would be hurtful.
Either way, I hope they bell each other senseless. It's a 0-0 draw, personally.
So, Tom, you're going Parramatta. I'm going Bunnies, of course. And yes, I would have liked to see Jai Gray with Latrell on the team.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
And look, that might happen. He was picked as 18th man, so when they announced the 19-man team, it might change. But Cronulla Sharks and Gold Coast Titans at Coffs Harbour.
I think the Sharks will be out to prove a point.
I think the Titans. I know Jaden Campbell's out, but that's still a pretty decent team. And what's his name? AJ Brimson comes back to 5'8", so I'll take that. Sorry, Nicko and my Sharks.
Your Sharks.
Your Sharks.
Oh, geez, I hated that they won that premiership. You know, it still makes me dirty.
Oh yeah, but the only upside is that they beat the Storm.
Yeah, that's true. No, I just think that the Titans are humming at the moment.
Okay, Tom.
I'll be going the Sharks.
Okay, I if this was at Cronulla home, it's a home game. But if it was in Cronulla, I would go. But I'd go Titans.
Steve, they've lost their last 2 or 3 there. Remember when I said you got to pick them at home? They're invincible.
Yeah,
they've lost their next 3.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
Yeah, no, and which Titans team's going to turn up? That's the question.
And it's a shame Campbell's out. He's good. I like watching him. Broncos and the Panthers, Suncorp Stadium.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Panthers for that one. I don't care that the Broncos stars are back.
Yeah.
I just think the Panthers have got too much.
Cleary's not back, is he?
No.
He's after the bye, I think. They have the bye next week as well.
Yeah.
As us.
Okay.
Smash each other, boys.
I'm actually going to go Broncos in this one.
I'm surprised you didn't go the Broncos.
Why?
Well, you don't like Panthers.
Don't like the Broncos either.
Yeah, some of these games are horrible, aren't they?
Dogs and the Warriors.
Oh, geez, this is a mixed bag, isn't it?
Warriors can score more points than the Dogs. Dogs have been struggling to score points.
Dogs' defense is exceptional. The
It
Warriors
is.
can fall over.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and go the Warriors. I think without Sean Johnson, they've proved that they can actually play better.
Dogs have good defence.
They do.
Very good defence.
Yep.
I'm going Dogs. Tom? Brian?
I'm gonna go Dogs.
Tigers and the Storm.
Storm.
Can't tip against the Storm, unfortunately.
By a lot.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they'll win by a lot because Storm aren't tending to do that at the moment, but they'll win. And I don't think it'll be in doubt.
North Queensland and Tommy.
North Queensland versus Tom. Wow.
Look, I'm going to go out on another limb here and let Tom be the difference in this game.
Wow.
Yeah, look, Cowboys aren't convincing. I mean, they beat the Panthers in Penrith, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
But they've not been convincing whatsoever.
Yeah, but without Edwards, without Luo, without Martin.
True.
It was a pretty depleted Penrith team.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the Eagles because my tipping's rubbish anyway. So
Yeah, I'm also.
You're tipping so bad you're not even tipping anymore.
I missed a tip. I put
4 tips last week.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I only got one wrong. Stupid Panthers. I am on the Mighty Eagles, although I am very worried about our forwards. They're a bit skinny.
Yeah, no. Cowboys for me. Roosters and Dragons.
Look, this will be a tight game, I think.
No Manu.
Yeah, so
Wasn't that a strange injury?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was
and a
bizarre.
strange way he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I posted that picture. He's got 2 fractured metacarpals. Look, on paper the Roosters should be winning this game, but the Dragons have shown a fair bit of resilience. It also happens to be Jared's going to break the record for most games at the Roosters. I think the Roosters will be up for this one. And they might be whispering the Dragons' ears. What happened last time, boys?
38-0.
60 to 18.
Earlier in the year?
Yep.
Anzac
Day game. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, look, I'm going to this game. Looking forward to it. And I think the Roosters will get the job done.
Brian?
All that hot air for nothing. Dragons.
Wow.
I've got to say I'm on the fence in this one. I want to tip the Dragons, but I think the Roosters will get them. And Raiders and the Knights.
Oh, actually, it's not at home. It's not at Cogra, isn't it?
No, it's at
Yeah, no,
Allianz.
I'm back to the Roosters. Sorry. I think the Dragons are only good at home at the moment.
Fickle. Boy. Raiders and Knights at Canberra.
Ooh, Kalen Bonger's back.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Raiders will get up for this one.
Knights.
Ooh.
Oh, you got Knights.
I've got Knights.
I'm going Knights too.
No, you really?
Kalen's back.
Kalen Ponga's back. Bradman Best is in unbelievable form.
Yep.
Will Price has finally learned how to play in Australia, and he looked pretty good.
But not how to interview on TV.
I missed that.
You didn't miss much.
No.
And yeah, KO Weeks at fullback for me is a little bit strange at the Raiders.
All right.
So
And the Dolphins have the bye.
Right.
So,
There you go.
anything intelligent you want in the show with? Brian, you first.
Ooh, come on, Tommy. That's
Tom?
I want to shout out to Jared Rory Hargraves. He's played 15 years in the front row and has been the spiritual leader for that team, and he fittingly breaks the record as the most games played by a Rooster. Good on you, Jared.
You can't tell we're very biased, can you?
Oh, look, you got to give it to this.
You know,
guy.
the intelligent things you want in the show with is he talks about Manly, you talk about the Roosters.
You didn't say we weren't allowed to.
If he wasn't suspended, he'd be on 430 games.
If he wasn't suspended.
Yes. If he wasn't suspended, probably on 500, but that's how much he's been suspended.
Yes.
Okay, and that ends the show. Just a reminder to everybody, we have a sponsor, Break Free Organics. Nothing to do yet because they're not open yet, but when they are, we will let you know. Selling hemp products and nutritionals. It's very exciting, we think.
Okay.
And if it's not, then bad luck to you too. So I'll leave that there. Okay. Don't do anything yet. Thank you for watching. The thousands of people out there.
Yes.
Don't do anything yet. I'm mocking you, Steve.
I know you are.
Switched off by now.
No, they haven't.
No one watches to the end.
Yeah, they do. Thanks for
Tell
watching.
us if you've watched to the end.
If you've watched to the end of this, tell us, because I'll bet most. In fact,
what's the name
two
of the
people
sponsor?
will. Yeah. Thank you for watching. This is Tom. This is From the Sidelines with Tom, Brian, and Steve, and we'll do it all again next week. Bye bye.
See ya.